I'm currently on my 5th green arrow in a row, and with Chris Wood still to play this evening, I'm feeling really good about my FPL team. But in today's video, we're going to discuss how I'm going to use my transfers in the next few weeks of the game in today's Transfer Plans video. 70 points so far for game week 20. Of course, Chris Wood is still yet to play. He plays this evening against Wolves away from home. Just want to quickly say before we get stuck into the video, I am on the road to 1,000 subs. So if you do enjoy today's video, make sure you drop a like. And if you aren't yet subscribed, please do consider it, because every little sub counts towards that goal. But let's get stuck into the team now. How did we get on this game week, and who were the real stars in my squad? We will start with the Arsenal boys in defence. We'll go from defence upwards like normal. Yes, the past 2 weeks have been disappointing. There is sort of a conversation floating around about the potential selling of Gabriel and David Raya. I think if I was to sell one of Gabriel or Raya, it would definitely be Raya. I feel as though Gabriel still, for me, is amongst the best assets defensively you can own in FPL, regardless of fixture. I think long-term, an excellent hold. He has that attacking threat. Defensively, set pieces, unbelievable. And of course, clean sheets added on top. He's just a good asset. So I'm not planning to sell him anytime soon. But the last 2 weeks have been a little bit disappointing. Of course, that João Pedro penalty is somewhat controversial. I don't want to give my opinion on it in today's video. But yeah, it was an interesting one for sure. But yeah, a little bit disappointing from the Arsenal boys yet again. Robinson, another one, a little bit disappointing. I thought he could maybe have gotten a little bit more from this fixture on paper, but Ipswich just look a little bit better in the Premier League right now. I don't know if it's the Chelsea fixture where they won, of course, 2-0. That's maybe a catalyst of potential motivation to do slightly better in the fixtures coming up. Who knows? But yeah, it's always encouraging to see Robinson get so high on the pitch. I still think he is a good defensive asset to own in the game. Similarly with Trent, a bad game week, of course, had an absolute stinker against Manchester United. I suppose Dalot and Bruno really give him a hard time, but I still think there was sort of a bit of laziness to his performance, a bit of lacking judgment on where to be in terms of marking players and following players' runs, and of course, that did result in the Martinez goal. Great goal, by the way, but yeah, I still think Trent isn't a sell. Absolutely not. He's got a double game week coming up. Liverpool, like Arsenal, are one of the best defences in the league, so clean sheets are going to come in long term. So for me, Trent is still a good FPL asset. The star of the show in the defence, though, is Kirkez. 12 points, I believe 3 bonus points, an assist and a clean sheet. Unbelievable. I have to be really honest with you. If Morgan Rogers was available, Kirkez would have been the player I benched this game week. So thank God Rogers did pick up that yellow card last game week. But yeah, 12 points from Kirkez. Over the moon with that points total from himself, of course, especially with the rest of the defence not really performing. Palmer scoring that early goal for Chelsea, but yet again, Chelsea just look like something's missing. 2 draws and 2 losses in the last 4 fixtures. Really isn't ideal. Hopefully they can turn things around, because I would like to see Chelsea amongst the title race and continue to sort of push Liverpool, Arsenal and Forest along. But yeah, things are just looking a little bit odd now at Chelsea. We'll kind of maybe go into that a little bit later in the videos down the line. But yeah, interesting from Chelsea lately. Sarr, I suppose the conversation that jumps up straight away with Ismaila Sarr is Sarr versus Eze. And I still believe the 0.7 million you save from Sarr is potentially worth it if you can use that 0.7 million to do other great moves in your team. For example, if it's the difference between getting Bruno Fernandes this week or not, I think Sarr's the option you go for. We still don't know if Eze's on penalties. I would imagine if Mateta's on the pitch, Mateta just takes the penalties. But if Eze gets penalties off Mateta, I think Eze definitely becomes the better Palace asset there. I just think the money saved is quite a lot. 0.7 allows you to do quite a lot in the game right now, considering the structure of people's team. But yeah, let me know who you think's better, actually, Eze and Sarr in the comments. It would be interesting to see your opinion. I imagine a lot of people going towards Eze with the 2 returns in the last 2 fixtures. But yeah, interesting conversation to be had there between them two. Salah, obviously my captain this game week, only coming away with 7 points against Manchester United. Yeah, I expected a lot more from Liverpool in this fixture. I have to be really honest. I suppose Liverpool fans will be disappointed in the performance, and of course, points dropped in that title race. But still, before the week, on paper, I felt as though that was the best captaincy option, and it turns out Palmer and my team would have been the better option to go for. I mean, Kirkes and Mbeumo were the better ones there in terms of points totals, but you were never really going to captain those two, to be honest, were you? It was really Salah, Isak, and Palmer. I actually had Isak as my vice-captain in case the Liverpool fixture got postponed, because I felt though he was a great captaincy option this game week. Ended up just matching Mohamed Salah at the end of the fixture. We'll speak about Mbeumo now, because he is the real star of the show. 19 points. I believe that's the best point total he's gotten so far this season. For me, Mbeumo, yes, he has 2 difficult fixtures coming up, but I actually like next week's fixture against City at home. Him and Wissa, I think, are great assets to target for that fixture, if it's a fixture you want to target. But I suppose if you wait 2 weeks, I think Brentford assets will start becoming a little bit more popular than they are at the moment. I've already spoke a little bit about Isak there. I felt as though he could have got a little bit more out of that Spurs fixture, but still quite happy. He just ticks away nicely in my team. Of course, very high ownership now, so I'm not getting too much rank off Isak these days, but still, it's really nice to have someone on my team who's very consistent, just like Mohamed Salah. Of course, I can't comment on Chris Wood yet because he's still yet to play, but I can comment on the boys on the bench, João Pedro and Van den Berg. There was a slight thought where I could have played Van den Berg over Gabriel, but I just thought there was no way I was going to do that. And of course, Van den Berg comes away with a 10-pointer and João Pedro with that 9-pointer. Overall, though, with the team and the green arrow pretty much in the bag for this game week, I really can't complain. This is my 5th green arrow in a row. I have to say I'm really happy with my team. We'll move on to the transfer plan section in the next section of the video, and I'll discuss what I'm planning to do in the next few weeks of FPL. Now, when it comes to planning my team for the next few weeks, I have to be straight up and honest with you guys. I don't think there's many transfers I've really got planned for my team, because I feel as though everything's pretty much in order for a decent team most weeks. And obviously for 21, I am looking to bench Chris Wood with Liverpool at home. I suppose there is an argument to go him over Rodgers. Obviously, Everton just are a good defence in the sense they don't allow teams to score many goals. There are odd weeks where, Everton just get trampled on, but I feel as though these days, very solid, and obviously Sean Dyche just wants a few more goals up top, but I don't think he's going to get it anytime soon with the players he's got. So potentially an argument to go Wood over Rodgers, but with Trent in the defence, I kind of don't want to back Wood against Trent. Overall, for this week's captaincy choice, obviously Palmer is the favourite in terms of expected points. I feel as though Isak and Salah are definitely my favourite options. Yes, Salah's got a pretty difficult fixture in Forest, but in the form he's in and how Liverpool go forward, a little bit disappointing result against United, maybe looking to bounce back and get revenge against Forest. I feel as though Salah's definitely going to be probably my captaincy pick for game week 21. In terms of a transfer this week that I could potentially make, I have to say I'm not really liking the look of this too much, just because Rodgers' fixtures past Arsenal are pretty decent just to keep a hold of them. It kind of allows me to save that transfer. Is Amad Diallo. Southampton at home this week in 21 obviously is a great fixture. Probably something I should try to target, whether that's Bruno or Amad. I've not got a really easy route to go to Bruno Fernandes, so Amad would have to be the pick. Relatively low ownership of 14% there. Fixtures looking okay. Yeah, I'm just not sure I want to waste a free transfer to go to Amad and then get Rodgers back in a few weeks' time. I just feel like it's unnecessary. I feel as though the team's good enough just to go with this and roll the transfer. I would have 2 free transfers this game week. Going into 22 here with the 3 free transfers now. Starting to really rack up those transfers for the double game week on the horizon. The only player I'd really want to bench in this week is Mbeumo. With the Liverpool at home fixture, with Arsenal away for Rodgers, I feel as though I'd rather play Mbeumo, just the fact he is on penalties and perhaps has slightly better minutes than Rodgers. I feel as though Rodgers could get an early benching in this one just to try change things up to attack Arsenal in a different way. But still, Mbeumo I think I would play over Rodgers this week. In terms of captaincy for this week, there are a few options. I think Chris Wood is my favourite option with Southampton at home. It's going to be a differential option, I feel, just because obviously Salah does play... Oh, we'll go back to that screen there. Salah does play Brentford away, and normally Brentford at home are pretty decent. So, yeah, argument about captaincy yet again. It's going to be interesting to see who people captain in sort of the next few weeks as sort of differential captains. Who's going to go against Salah? Feels though going Salah is a very easy option to do, but potentially rank gained with Chris Wood in game week 22. terms of a transfer this game week, I suppose you could go, well, Mbeumo has Liverpool at home. Why don't you want to get rid of him? I mean, we look past Liverpool, got Palace, Spurs, West Ham, Leicester. I just don't think I want to get rid of Mbeumo right now. So, again, probably another role transfer going into game week 23 with 4 free transfers. This is probably the week I look to do a defensive transfer. Yes, Robinson looks okay on paper for sort of Forest, Palace and Wolves, but this sort of block here of Man United and Newcastle, I'm not too keen on. I don't mind playing him in those fixtures, but yeah, overall, potentially, it's something I change in the back line there. Robinson to go to someone else, maybe Aina, someone like that, or even double up with Konate, Trent, with triple up, sorry, with Salah, Trent and Konate instead of Robinson. Just because the double game week is on the horizon. Obviously, Liverpool do have a good fixture with Ipswich at home. But yeah, I feel comfortable again in 23, probably rolling once more, going into 24 with then 5 free transfers. And I suppose this is the game week where a lot of things could change with the double game week. I like the look of, obviously, Pickford. Double game week for him. I like Mikalenkovic of Everton as well. Potential conversation with Young. I'm not too sure whether I like him better than Mikalenko, but Mikalenko could definitely be an asset I bring in just for the double game week. It then comes to Liverpool assets for the double game week. Who do I like the look of? Well, I suppose we can look here in the search bar and kind of understand a few Liverpool assets that you could look at. Trent obviously should be top of many people's lists in terms of Liverpool assets. As a defensive asset, yes, he gets the clean sheets, but he also is super attacking. Salah, everyone should have Salah. He's the best FPL option in the game. Gakpo popping up lately is a really interesting one because I just feel like Diaz, Nunez, Jota and Gakpo, the 4 of them, are going to share those sort of positions between them. I just don't know if it's great to have Gakpo. I think I would maybe rather have a double Liverpool defence than a double Liverpool attack just because of the minutes risks. Obviously, a lot of games to be played, maybe more rotation in order than we expect. But yeah, it would be interesting to see where we land in terms of the double game week, whether it's in 24, 25 or whatever happens. But overall with the team, there aren't too many transfers planned because I do want to try my best basically to hold off on transfers, to have 5 free transfers, 4 free transfers going into that double game week to really attack it and get the best use out of it. Perhaps in the next few weeks we see maybe Haaland pop back up as an option. He kind of is sneakily getting back into form, and City are looking a little bit better, but still maybe not someone I want to target with his price point. Feels though spreading the money around in the team is a much better way to go about things. But yeah, for 21, this is kind of how I would line up. I would make Salah my captain for this game week, but overall for 21, looks really strong. My transfer plans going forward is mainly to roll, to be honest with you. But we'll see what happens. Potentially is an injury midweek with the cup fixtures. But yeah, overall, I'm really happy with the squad, of course. 5 green arrows in a row is a great thing to have in the team. But yeah, that is my transfer plans for game week 21 onwards. Of course, to outro my videos, I always like to give you guys at home a big thank you for supporting the FPL Mogs YouTube channel. If you have liked today's video, drop a like, and if you aren't yet subscribed, make sure you subscribe for future FPL content and deadline streams. But that is everything for today's video. Thank you again so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye for now.